This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast. It's Friday, September 16th, final weekend of summer. I don't know. It hasn't felt like summer for a while. Actually, it has. But now that we're into school.
The last couple of days haven't felt like summer.
No.
Yesterday especially, and we mentioned that, how cold it was. Today, it's just wet. And maybe that's why, Mark. Because when you came in this morning, and I do want to put you on the spot, but I don't. So if you're uncomfortable, we don't have to get right into it. But I think it is a fair, because I've had those days, you just feel off.
I never have these days where I'm so agitated.
Is that what it is? Agitation?
Yeah. Yes. Anxiety, anxious.
There is a discomfort, clearly.
Nightmare, bad dream.
And it just sat with you and it stays with you.
I woke up, and we get up early, right? So I'm up at 3:45, and it's just buzzing me. And, and I wait for it to dissipate like a fog, and it didn't. And it was just like weird. And then I come in, I do Wordle, and I don't get the word. I've gotten the word forever.
Okay.
So now I'm willing to believe that everything is now going to crap.
Doom and gloom.
It's all impending doom.
Because you said that too. There's this feeling of impending doom, which I truly believe what you put out is what you're going to get.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to fight you by saying, no, it's going to be a great day. Good things are coming. I am not
self-fulfilling prophecy.
But it's hard. At the same time, I know exactly what you're talking about, because when things like that happen, especially I've had dreams too that resonate, and it's like, oh, and you can't shake it.
Yeah.
And you feel...
Can't even really describe all of it.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh.
It's such a strong feeling.
Yeah.
You just you don't feel comfortable in your own skin. Things just don't feel right.
And the whole discussion that goes around the importance of mental health, which I'm a big believer in as well, I would not say this is an instance for me, because I'm very blessed. I don't believe I suffer at all from mental health issues like a lot of people do. So I'm not pretending like today's my day to be depressed, because that to me is self-absorption. Like, look at me, I'm suffering, because I don't.
Yep.
But I have these so rarely that when I wake up and I can't shake it, it's like, this is bizarre. It's weird. Like, I shouldn't be on the radio.
Well, and I'm not saying it isn't a bit of depression, but at the same time, I think there's just other... I don't know that I would call it depression either. It's kind of just that feeling of, okay, things just don't feel right today. Something's not right. It's an interesting feeling and an interesting discussion to have. There's no question. I kind of wish I was there with you, because I have been, and I don't even know how to put it into words.
I guess I need to tell you, because we perform. Right? Because I don't want, to shut the mics off at 20 after 6 and go, fine, what did I do? What's wrong? Because it's like,
well,
why aren't you?
Some mornings you have to. Some mornings we do that. And it's kind of like, okay, what's going on? Eventually during the morning, I think we're both good at kind of putting it out there. And it just takes us a while to warm up.
No,
I know
my
with
first
myself.
thought is, did I do something? Is it me?
When I'm off.
Yeah. What did I do?
Sometimes really, I'm just not awake.
That's fine. If you know I had a terrible sleep, okay, then I don't have to apologize.
Yes, because that happened. Was it last week or the week before? It was about 7:30 where I finally was like, okay, I need to tell you. Look, I took some melatonin last night. I can't see. There's a fog. I can literally see the clouds in my head. So I apologize. So no, it wasn't anything. And in your case, you did warn me before we turned on the mics.
Oh my gosh.
It clearly bothered you.
It did.
You won't tell me.
So
and that's fine. You don't have to go, but it wasn't like, it shook you.
Yeah,
for you to say that before we turn the mics on.
Yeah.
It clearly was
I
sitting.
have nightmares before, and I don't like them, but they're gone by the time I get in the vehicle.
Was this a nightmare?
I think so.
Or was this just a very strong dream that...
I felt like it was a nightmare.
Okay.
It was just, it was very unsettling.
Okay.
So I was just, okay. And then people talk about, well, you must have been thinking about that. No, I don't think I was. I don't think I was.
Well, but I do believe it's our unconscious too. Like it might, to take it literally,
right.
There's something else maybe going on, because as I said to you, my one son had a very a nightmare about me. And he was he was embarrassed. He felt horrible. He felt guilty. He felt all these things.
Oh,
and
my gosh,
he was quite upset by it.
Yeah.
And you try to reassure him. And I don't want to get into the
of course not.
The hocus pocus of it or all. But when I went back and looked at it, I kind of thought, okay, well, maybe it's because he's just seeing things in a different way. He thinks of me in a different way. So that's why this, like you tend to,
right.
And maybe I'm making excuses too. Maybe I'm trying to read more
Dreams
into it.
Dreams can be dumb, but some people that study it say, no, it's the gateway to your subconscious.
Yeah.
And, okay.
It could just be showing you that's how it's playing out.
But how about we don't unpack that one? Let's just leave that one alone.
Fair enough.
No. Like when you have a nightmare.
No, and it wasn't the dream so much. It was more the feeling that came of it that I found very interesting.
Yeah, if I woke up and laughed it off and said that was weird and nothing, I would never
wouldn't even talk about it. No.
I have nightmares all the time. For me, sleep is torture.
You have said that.
Sleep is torture. Like that whole idea about, don't you just love to crawl into bed? Not all the time. It's just like, okay, I need sleep tonight. Can I just have a night's sleep tonight?
And do you?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like even Friday nights, I think, I can't wait. I get to sleep in on Saturday.
I know, and it never happens. I know. I feel that pain too.
So
I get that.
It's so weird. Anyway, I guess I'm overstating it because it rarely happens.
I think because I don't typically remember my dreams, that when I do, that's when it hits me. It's like, okay. And that's when I do take notice. I'm like, why do I remember this one? What was it about it that... Because I've had some great dreams, like very vivid, happy dreams that have resonated, that I've carried afterwards and had that feeling like, oh, wow. But it was a happy dream. So it's kind of funny how we're just a very interesting species.
Yeah, I don't get it. And, okay, we just wake us up. So
I'm so intrigued by what the dream was, but I know you won't tell me. And that's fine. But I have to tell you, I'm just, because things don't unnerve you very often.
Yeah, and
that I've seen.
There'll be times too when it'll be like a couple of days later, an image will pop ahead and go, yeah, that was in that dream. Like it just won't go away.
There was a dream I had the other night. I don't even know if it was a dream per se. It's just a thought. It was enough that it woke me up. And then I'm telling myself, I need to remember to tell Mark this. So then I couldn't get back to sleep because I kept whatever the image was. I had to keep reminding myself so it didn't go away.
Yeah.
I thought enough to be like, no, I got to tell Mark. I got to remember to tell Mark. It's like 3 a.m. I'm like,
did you tell me? You don't have to tell me.
For sakes, I've got another hour of sleep. And I can't. Yes, no, I did. Clearly, it wasn't that important. Okay. But I did come in and tell you. Even on the drive in, I'm like, what was it? Oh, yeah, I got to remember. Man. So I had to tell you about that one.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's how Friday went today.
We got through, though. By 8:30, I even suggested we not do the podcast because because I get it. I get it. There are just some days you just want to be done. You just want to go and just be done with the day, even at 9 a.m.
We're off to Toronto. Steph and Kath are going to go see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
So they have their tickets.
She got rush day of tickets. I'm going to go to rush day of ticket for the Jays and Orioles. Go see my beloved Orioles. What are they, 5 back of a playoff spot? I'll be the guy in the 300 section that paid $5.
Well, Toronto's doing well.
Yeah, they are. That'll be a good game tonight. And then we are going to the game tomorrow. That was the Father's Day gift, which is why we were going to Toronto. We were going to go tomorrow. My idea was let's go to TIFF.
Yeah.
So I haven't
Star Watch.
I haven't really made a decision yet as to maybe I'll go see a movie. Maybe I will go to TIFF.
Will you? Okay.
Because I can't I? Can't I just go to one of the premieres?
Unless it's sold out.
Do I pay a bit more? Do I pay 20? Like, I don't know what happens.
So. But there's certain places you want to make sure you are, and you want to take a kid. And I don't mean for that to sound the way it sounds.
Yeah.
But there was a 13-year-old last weekend, 13 or 12. He and his mom went down to TIFF. They didn't go to any shows, but they've started to do this the last couple of years. And last weekend, they saw 31 stars.
Wow.
Now, I say a kid because that's one of the things both he and his mom agree, that because he's young, the stars are more apt to stop and talk to him and give him a picture and autograph. But he found kind of a secret little place to go. It's the RBC Theater, I think, because LA Times is set up in there. So they're getting a lot of the interviews. So they get them on the way in and out. So if you want a Star Watch, you might want... Right. And Yorkville's another big one. You always hear people in Yorkville.
Okay.
At different eateries, at different restaurants, cafes.
Yeah, it's too far from where we are. Steph lives on King Street.
So again, you're right there.
2 blocks from the First Theater, and their blocks are tiny blocks in Toronto. It's like from...
Is there anything in particular you want to see?
No, I don't even know any. I mean, I've heard about The Whale.
Of course.
With Brandon Fraser. I don't know any other of the movies, But when we get to Toronto, I'll ask Steph about it because I'm already going to the Jays and the Orioles tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I mean, the only thing better than a ball game is 2 ball games.
It's not a bad thing to go to the game tonight.
Sports is more sports.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's not just going to a movie if it's TIFF. And so that's kind of like what would be premiering tonight. Then even if I'm not really interested in the movie, maybe I'll just go to be a part of it to say, well, that was kind of neat. You know, the lights up and you went in. It would be pretty cool.
As I mentioned earlier this week in Campbellford, they had a screening of one of the films on Wednesday, and they had the red carpet out and one of the TIFF boards backdrops set up in front of the theater, and people were dressing up. Like we drove by because I didn't realize this is awful. I should have. Didn't realize what they were doing, but they had the cameras and the great big boom mics and lights, and even that, it was kind of like, oh. Because they always run films from TIFF during October.
Right.
But to see this special night, it was kind of like, oh. And that's in Campbellford. So to be in Toronto where it's actually going on.
And the titles.
It would be a whole new vibe.
That have won awards or been celebrated because they were TIFF. Like Jojo Rabbit won one year. And that's one of my favorite. So to have seen that at TIFF would have been
incredible.
Because I love the movie. So I wonder if there aren't just a few other titles that say, I might pass this title over if I was at home flipping on Netflix.
But here,
let's go see the movie.
Like My Policeman, Harry Styles' film. I don't know that I would go to the theater to see that or stream it. Mm-hmm. But if it was at TIFF, because it won an award and there's been buzz around it. Exactly. Right? Yeah. I would go see that.
So I'll do a quick Google look and maybe I'll go see something tonight. I don't know.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
And if you see anybody, you got to get pictures. Well, have your phone ready. Even if it's not with you, paparazzi.
I will. I think it's kind of funny. I'm going to walk the red carpet when I go in and see if anybody asks for my autograph and confuses me for somebody else.
You're just going to get it. Okay, along, then take a suit.
I would play along.
Take something dressy then so you blend.
Take something out.
Not that you wouldn't blend in your red sweater and Costco pants, but...
You know what I'd write? Ty Burrell.
Exactly.
I look like Ty Burrell from Modern Family.
Oh my God, that'd be so... If you...
Ty Burrell.
But you'd have... Yeah, put your suit on and just pretend you're Ty Burrell and see how many people...
Autograph. Yeah. And then if somebody looks at me like, I don't know who you are, and says, did you want my autograph too? I'll show you. Because you just started it, right? Did you want a picture? It's like, who's this clown? I got this guy.
So good, Mark.
Was he in the movie? Oh, he must have been a producer.
You should wear like a Modern Family T-shirt or something and just walk around. Put Ty Burrell's face on it. It's just, that's me.
Ty Burrell's at home looking at the LA Times going, what? I wasn't in Toronto. Who's this guy?
You're being interviewed by E! News and Entertainment Canada.
So what are you? I'm Ty Burrell's stunt double. That's what I am.
Oh my gosh. I can see the headlines here too. Belleville morning radio show host.
Yeah.
Gets mistaken for Ty Burrell.
Yeah, borrows a child to get celebrities to sign autographs at TIFF.
Well, I hate to say it, your daughter is tiny enough that I think she could pass it.
Yeah, she's already got passes to do something else. So, but anyway, if you're around this weekend, however, there is no excuse for staying home. Good luck to the Belleville General Hospital Foundation. Havana Nights Gala is tomorrow night. They will raise a lot of money for the hospital.
There's the Family Fun Fest tomorrow as well.
Chamber
Terry Fox. A lot going on this weekend.
There's plenty of stuff going on this weekend. Then Monday, once we're back at it, Marilyn Laurie, the executive director of the Quinte Humane Society, on the show, because Monday is the day that I think they talked about when I moved to town a quarter of a century ago in 1998. I once lived on the roof of the radio station when it was down on Pinnacle Street to raise money for the Humane Society, which I think at that time was for renovations because it was so dilapidated 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And there had always been talk, we'll put this money away for the new location, and it waited and it waited. They couldn't find. It's been 20 to 25 years in the making. The brand new location of the Quinte Humane Society on Walbridge Loyalist Road near Dundas opens on Monday
to the public, and we will talk to Marilyn Laurie. And I'm really curious, and I know I'm wondering now. Like they're in this brand new building, and we're going to hear about all the great new features of this new building and what it was like taking the animals over there. And now that they're in it, how could you even imagine being where?
Oh, I know
they were, or where you were. As a volunteer, how seeing this beautiful building, and it's gorgeous, and I can't wait to see the inside. But what they were living in before, what they were dealing with before, I hope they just put that away and never think of it again.
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
It's incredible where they've come. And if you haven't been down Wallbridge Loyalist, take a drive because it is gorgeous.
Task Force. Nice job on the building. Just great. Well, and even great work.
The grounds too. They got the sod down, so now there's grass and it's beautiful. They have room, which is so amazing.
And yet the irony is we don't want the pets there.
No, we want them to go home.
Want them to find their forever home. Yeah. So these are just little spots along the path. This is a stopover. Yeah.
This is the hotel they get to stay in now for a little while.
Really nice little pampering until we go in and we get them their forever homes, which is why I'm afraid to go in there.
We're going to go next week. That's the plan. We're supposed to go and try it out ourselves. I don't know if they'll actually put us in a pen, but check out the new digs and film it, so we'll be able to share that with you.
We'll do that. Yeah.
You're going home with the dog.
Yeah. See, I got to talk to Kath. If I go, Kath, and I get the eyes right, I get the eyes
from a few even.
You can't, Mark.
Whoever gives me the eyes is coming home with me.
I know.
The boys have been asking for a cat. Okay. We have a dog and cat already.
Right.
And Nathan especially has been...
Like a cat of his own then? Is that what he wants? Okay.
He would like a kitten of his own to raise, to have.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, we're kind of warming to it.
Yeah, it's a good...
I would love to bring them to the Humane Society and just let them see, just let them play. Mm-hmm. Not pick anyone out per se, but just be around them and actually see if there's a connection. They would love that.
It's the beginnings of responsibility, right?
Exactly. And they're at an age now that
Right.
Yeah. And let's be honest, I would take care of it.
Sure.
I would love it too.
Yeah, in the event that they get busy because they're boys.
Yeah. But with
Mom's there.
And the puppies, I could see me being with the kitties.
Yeah.
Because there's
I'll just be over with the dogs. I'll just hanging out. Have a great weekend, okay?
You too. Enjoy Toronto. I can't wait to hear all your stories and see the pictures from Tiff.
Bail me out if anything goes bad where I won't leave the theater until I get so-and-so's autograph. I'm not leaving.
It's going to be much more exciting than the arena. That's how we're spending our weekend. So enjoy Tiff.
Well, enjoy the hockey.
Thank you.
It's Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast. This Friday, September 16th. Again, a busy Quinte area weekend, so enjoy it. We're back again Monday morning.